Hello, here I am again. How many 80-year-olds do you know has got as much hair as I have? And it's not grey either. And I don't dye it. And you look and you'll think, oh, it's receding. But if you watch some of my videos taken back in the 90s, you'll see that it's exactly the same now as it was then. Anyway, I put up the first video for some time yesterday, and because I keep having trouble with the works. Oh, I'll say, also I must be the only 80-year-old that's smoked all his life. I wonder if Guinness will put me on the records. I just got rid of my carers. Couldn't understand why the computer didn't work. And I looked and they pulled the socket out of the wall. It's not so much their fault, it's BT or whoever put the thing in, because they've changed it for one that does plastic clips that hold it in, so it's easy to take out instead of screws. Probably costs less as well. That's the trouble today. Now, yesterday I put up the video about 118 and Vax 118 telling they were frauds, charging me 150 quid for a couple of local calls when they told me it would cost 199. Now, because of my disability and my hearing problems, I have trouble dialing numbers myself, so I was quite prepared to pay a fiver, because that's what 4.99 is, for each call. But then I found out, when I got the bill, that it was a fiver a minute. Now that is ridiculous. I don't see the point of them doing it at that sort of price, because I certainly wouldn't have had it at that price. And I think I ought to report them to trading standards. Because now you probably know I'm with PlusNet, and I've always been, well, for 10 years with PlusNet. Before that I had a couple of others, but I eventually got to a decent one, PlusNet. And they rang me up and said, we've had to cut your phone off. I said, why's that? Oh, well, you've gone over the £55 allowance. Apparently, there's a law now that anybody whose phone bill goes over £55 in the month, they have to be notified. This is because of all the people going on holidays with their mobiles and winding up when they get back with a bill of 1,000 quid. So I wasn't that bad. I got a bill of 177 from PlusNet, and I phoned them again, and then they told me exactly why it was that. Because it's usually in the 20s. Because I hardly ever use the phone, I use Skype, you see, because I got a speaker system so I can hear that. Same speaker system so I can hear, you know, the web. Anyway, they showed me that one call that they were claiming was for 13 minutes. Now, these calls were made on my birthday. Now, take it from me, I never had 13 minutes on the phone at any time during my birthday. It's the sort of thing you would remember on your birthday if you forgot everything else. Anyway, I'll have a drag. It calms me down and it dampens my immune system because it goes haywire if I don't. That's why I'm still smoking. I stopped for a year because the doctors told me to, that my condition would get better. Didn't, it got worse. That's why I don't think much of doctors, you see, because they don't listen. They don't know the Hippocratic Oath. You see, it's first look, secondly listen, and then finally touch. Anyway, that's what happened, and they're now refusing to give me my course of steroids that I used to take about once every couple of years or so. If they'd only gone back on my records, they would have found out that I hardly ever bothered the doctors, because at first they never heard of me. They said I wasn't on the books. I said I was on your books when your surgery was a caravan. Because I'd had several doctors previous to Dr. Andy Stewart, but he retired in 2012. And he was the only man I saw for 40 years, from 1972 till 2012. So, there you are. I'm going ahead of myself here. I was supposed to be talking about companies. But anyway, I praised up Vax yesterday because they're sending me a new vacuum carpet washer out. It washes the carpet. So I'm only in a caravan. It's not only a little bit. It don't take long to do. Only because I'd only used it 2, 3, 4 times. I come to use it the other day and pressed it and nothing happened. I pressed it again and again, and then all of a sudden it came on and then stopped again, and then it wouldn't come on again. So I phoned them up. Now, I had not bothered to register, or I hadn't ever forgot to register or anything. So I phoned them up and I told them, I said, can't you check the date from the serial number? So I quoted the serial number, and I was talking to him, and I completely misunderstood what he was saying, because I thought that they were bringing a new one and would take away the old one to they were coming to take the old one away to repair it and then bring it back. And now they told me, oh no, we're sending your new replacement out. And I said, oh, so do I have to send, you want me to pack the other one up to send it back, which is a bit of a trouble. Oh no, she said that you can dispose of that. That's the only thing you got to do, is dispose of the old one. So I thought to myself, it's only the on-off switch. You know, I'm over 80 now, and I just cannot, with my hands and that, I cannot fiddle about dismantling it to replace the on-off switch. But I thought, you know, if nothing else, I can keep it for spares if the other one goes wrong. But the on-off switch is, I think, you see, I haven't got a repair manual for it like I used to have stuff, and it tells you how to do these things, because a lot of the things they do today is to make it awkward for the ordinary person to fiddle with stuff, you see. Anyway, I'd already stripped it and cleaned everything because I thought that was the problem. And I read in the book what to try, and it's all it said in the book I'd already tried, which was replace the fuse and make sure the plug was plugged in. Well, I'd already done that. I'd had something else that was working off the socket, took that fuse and put it in, and it still didn't work. So, there you are. Wonderful company, Vax. They're sending me a brand new, I must remember to register this one too. Anyway, that's it. But as I say, the other thing I mentioned yesterday was 118. 118. They they managed to put that because 118 was the number for the phone list book if you wanted to find a phone number, you see. And there's also other companies that do it, 118, but 118, 118, you see, easy to remember, and that's why they registered it as a trade mark, so nobody else can use that. Like even BT is 118 500, and there's probably other firms. But they are. They said to me, "Oh yes, we can give you the number." And they looked it up, and I said, "Well, it's no good telling me the number because with my hearing, I'm almost certain to get it wrong." So I said, "Don't you connect?" And I said, "Oh yes, we can do that, but it'll cost you." So I said, "Well, how much did it cost to connect?" And they said $4.99. You see, and I had two numbers, $4.99, was expecting a tenner on me phone bill, you see. Then when I got the phone bill, there was 150 added to it. So they must be a very wealthy company if they charge everybody £150 for putting it through a couple of phone calls. I know they got to pay staff to look the number up in the book, and that fair enough. That's why I thought a fiver wasn't too bad. Oh, I thought it was still a bit pricey because on Skype it cost me less than a penny a minute. My Skype, it says on there the price 0.91, which is I know it sounds a ridiculous amount, but with computers they can work the decimal places. I mean, if I was doing that, I'd have rounded up to 1 penny per minute. That's I might be reading it wrong, but I don't think it's £9.10 per minute. So because I put a tenner on there over a year ago, and I've still got £4 left on it. Anyway, I'm going on here a bit. So they are. This website, Also Films, they praise the good and they down the bad, and they tell the truth about the bad. And I would love for 118 to sue me, because you probably noticed that I went on about microwaves rusting and telling people that if they rust within 2 years, you should take them back and tell the shop that you bought it is not fit for purpose. Now, you may think, oh, that poor shop's going to cost them, but that shop can then use the same law to get their money back, or a replacement machine. Anyway, but that's what Wax did. Told me they're sending me. Now, just one little worry. Are they going to charge me for this new one? But the way she was going on, they wouldn't even take the £3.30 or something that they charge for a registration fee. She said, "I think I'll let you off that, you nice man." So I told her there, I said, "Well, you go on my website, Also Films," I said, "and you'll see that I put a lot of good stuff about your company. And that there advertising, somebody like me put it on them, is worth more than bloody well millions on the commercial TV, because there's so many bloody stations at the moment, and unless when you put an advert on one, it goes on all the others. I don't know, because you got ITV 2, 3, and 4. That's another blooming thing. The BBC doesn't put anything decent up now. No snooker. No cricket. I won't say no football, but because I don't particularly like football, I was a player, you see. I was a goalkeeper in the Merchant Navy on our ship. We tended to get if we were going to be there for a few days, we had to organise a football match with a local team. And I used to play in goal there. I also played in goal at school for my house. And you know what? I've been on here for over 15 minutes now. I was terribly worried yesterday because the last time I was online here, which is one of the reasons I haven't been on very often, is it took over an hour to put up a 5-minute one. So yesterday when I went, so then I went on live. The only trouble is when I was on live there was no sound, which is a bit useless, isn't it? Unless I hold up placards. Maybe you can get subtitles on them. They're still there, some of the ones I put up. And there's no sound. Which you see now, I'm recording it and then putting it up. And I can check to see that it's okay before I put it up. Anyway, nice talking to you. If I'll be putting up separate ones in the next few days, you know, individual ones, one especially for 118, one for PlusNet, and one for Vax. But this on-off switch, I had the carers did the one on my G-Tech, but that one I'd had 6 years anyway, over 6 years. But they used these damn gloves with powder on, and that jammed up the push button. And then, in order to get it to come on, they must have been banging it or something. And that busted the. Because I don't know if you know it, it's only a little popper. What's it? Similar to what you got on your remote control. A lot of things are like that you can press. Anyway, have a nice day. Eddie will be talking to you shortly, and I've now reached 300 subscribers. So I hope you're one of them, and I would like, of course you never get to see this part of it. I should put this on at the beginning. Please share me with all your friends, because I want to get even more than 300. And tell them that I give good advice. A lot of people say they can't get my 3D to work. Well, one person, obviously they want it instant, and it's not instant. You have to learn it just like you learn anything else. And I'll be putting up another tape, especially on that, explaining how and why this worked. I've already done that, but he didn't seem to understand. He was probably young, and it has to be instant these days, doesn't it? But there you are. I'll put my granny's glasses on now. I don't know whether I look more intelligent with them on or off. So there you are. Look out for new programs. I'm going to search out some of my DVDs I got with stuff on, because there's some of them that I haven't put up. Different things. I can never remember what I put up and what I haven't put up. So I'm going to say good night. Bye now. I've been on 20 minutes, and I'm not sure whether I'm allowed to stay that long. So goodbye, and have a nice day.